Good morning, second graders. Today we are on page 199 and we are on Unit 12, Lesson 3. We are going to be continuing practicing and learning about telling time. So our objective or goal today is I will tell time to the nearest 5 minutes. Okay, and when we looked at our vocabulary yesterday, a couple of things that I want to remind us all about is our hour hand is our short hand. That's going to be really important that we know that. And our minute hand is our long hand. You have to make sure to know that they're different, and when we draw them, we have to draw them differently. Otherwise, it is not clear which one is which. And then yesterday we also talked about the two different types of clocks. That we have this analog clock that sometimes we will call a face clock, or we have something called a digital clock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in our notes section, remember our steps are really easy. Our step 1 is that we always do the hour hand first. So whether our question is asking us to read the hour hand or to draw the hour hand, we always do the hour hand first, and then second we do the minute hand second. Okay, so that's the two things that we just need to remember is the hour hand first, which is our short hand, the minute hand second, which is our long hand. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm going to put down my green pen and grab my red, and if you just want to watch with me, you're going to notice right away that our problems are different than yesterday. So yesterday what I saw was I saw hands on my face clock or analog clock, and I had to fill in the digital clock. Well, today they have given me the digital time, so I know the time is 3:35, but I need to draw my hands in. So I know that it's 3:35, but I need to actually put the hands in to show that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's see what that would look like. Well, I know I'm going to do, I know I'm going to do the hour hand first. So I look at the hour and I see a 3. So I know my hour is 3. Okay, now when I draw this, I need to remember that I tell myself that that's going to be my short hand or my hour hand. That's going to be the 3. Now, because this is 3:35, I know that it's not exactly 3 o'clock. It's more than 3 o'clock, but it's not 4 o'clock yet. So that tells me my hour hand is going to be somewhere between the 3 and the 4. I'm going to turn my paper because it's easier for me to look at that. And I'm going to make my short hand between the 3 and the 4. So if I looked at my ruler, look where it's pointing. It's pointing between more than the 3, but not yet at the 4. Okay, then when I go to do my minute hand is going to be my long hand, and it's going to show my minutes. Okay, so my minutes are 35. Well, I know that I always start at the top with the 12, and I know that this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. So my minute hand needs to go to the 35. Okay, so this is also going to be my long hand, so I might turn my paper, and my minute hand goes right there. So my time now says 3:35. Okay, let's see another one of those. Okay, this time my digital clock tells me my hour is 9 and my minutes is 20. But because it's not 9 o'clock, it's more than 9 o'clock, I know my hour hand is going to be more than 9, but not yet at 10. Okay, I also need to remember my hour hand is short. So I might turn my paper just to kind of help me. And I'm going to make a shorthand between the 9 and 10. So the shorthand went between the 9 and 10, and if you look with my ruler, if I show you exactly where it ends up, you see how it ends up a little bit more than 9, but not at the 10 yet? Okay, now it's time for my minute longhand. So my minute longhand, I start at the 12 and I skip count by 5s. So 5, 10, 15, and 20. Okay, so my minute longhand is gonna go right there. And I just made a face or an analog clock that says 9:20. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's try some together. We are on page 200. If you want to pick up your pencil and join me, here is our first problem. Our first problem says 1:15. That's how I read this. My hour's 1 and my minutes is 15. Okay, now again, because it's not exactly 1 o'clock, that means that it's more than 1 o'clock but not yet 2 o'clock. So it means my hour hand, because this is going to be our hour hand, which remember is our short hand, is going to be more than 1 but not yet 2. So you might want to turn your book, and we're going to make a shorthand between the 1 and the 2. Okay, now we're ready to do our minute hand. Our minutes is 15. Okay, so we need to skip count by 5s, and we're going to start right here. So if I count, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I get a 5 at my 1. Then I can continue to skip count 10 and 15. So my long hand goes right there. So here's my minute hand. Okay, all right, let's do one last one together. Our last one together is we start with our hour hand, and that's our shorthand. Okay, it's 6:05. That's actually how I read that. Even though this is a 0, I would say 6:05. That's how we read this time. So my hour shorthand has to be between the 6 and the 7. I don't need to turn my book for this one. Okay, and my minute hand has to be on the 5, which when I skip count, the 5 goes right there. So there is my minute hand right there. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be turning the page, and you have page 201 to try, and you also have page 202. Have a nice night. Bye.